What's going on, guys? You guys might have seen the post with the picture that I put up on the little community tab. The post was made on YouTube. That wasn't my house. I know a couple people had asked, and I put in the comments there that that was not my house. That was actually my mom's garage. Uh, Woke up this morning and my brother called me and said that there had been a fire and the fire took out the power line. So my mom wasn't able to get a Wi-Fi to make a phone call or let us know. So he let me know, and we went over there. So I got to thinking. I'm going to share a little bit about me that I don't really talk about because it's not normally pertinent to the videos and stuff I put out. So a couple years ago, a few years ago, I worked for State Farm for a while as a licensed insurance agent, and I worked on the office side of things. So I was writing policies, things like that, and a lot of people may not know this, and if you do, I don't mean to insult your intelligence, but if you're a homeowner or even a renter, a lot of times we take our insurance coverage for granted. I would encourage you guys to take a look at your policy and see what the limits are for um, firearms. A lot of times there's a cap on it, and it's going to vary state by state and insurance company by insurance company and things like that. So I would encourage you guys to look at that and figure out what your limits are. Um, I know here typically I see $2,500 is the limit on firearms. So if you want to protect your firearms past that limit, it's a good idea to look into something called a personal articles policy. Talk to your insurance agent about it. You can itemize the value on different things, and then you are protected in the event of an insurance claim. So no firearms are lost in this particular fire at my mom's today, but it's unfortunate. And another thing, we all grabbing the first thing I have out, my FN57. Statistically, we're not likely to need a firearm, right? We don't day to day lives based on statistics. We're not going to need a gun. You're much more likely to need a fire extinguisher or a first aid kit. So I think as self defenders, concealed carriers, things like that, it's probably important to put a little bit of attention towards being able to respond to those other emergencies in our lives. And I know guns are fun, they're cool and all that, but I think it's just really awesome idea to uh, be prepared for anything. Hey, Damon, sorry, I can barely read my computer screen. Had a fire at my mom's house this morning in her garage, and there were firearms in there, but they weren't damaged in the fire. So I was just kind of touching on my background is I used to work for State Farm, and to look at your insurance policies because a lot of times there's a coverage limit normally of about $2,500, and a lot of people don't know that. So if you have guns exceeding 2,500, which is not uncommon, talk to your insurance agent about a personal articles policy to itemize that. So yeah, everybody's okay. Nobody was hurt. Fire department came out, put the fire out. So there was a lot of structure damage. Some more little personal info. My father passed away in 2017, so there was some things that were sentimental. Obviously, we can't get those back, so kind of sucks. Spent most of the day over there today just trying to figure out what was what. But the big thing here, what I really want to focus on is just protecting your investments. Talk to your insurance agent. I'm not in that line of work anymore, so I would encourage everybody to talk to their agents, figure out what coverage you need, and go from there. Also, fire extinguishers in your home, and that's really going to be something I think some people overlook. Seems hit or miss when I talk to people. A lot of people have them, a lot of people don't. I think that's something to think about, especially if you just have one and it's downstairs, you may not be able to get to that one. So keep an extra one upstairs or in different rooms. I mean, you could go overboard, I guess. Also, look into expiration on your fire extinguishers. So, because they do expire. Let's see some of the comments here. Heirloom Firearms. When you're doing a personal articles policy, again, this may vary based on which agency or company you go through. When you're doing one of those, a lot of times they're going to ask for a value. And if it's an heirloom firearm or an antique, you're going to want to get those appraised. A lot of times there's going to be gunsmith may be able to do it depending on their scope of work. They get it appraised, get a letter from them. The same with jewelry, cameras, tech equipment, all sorts of things. An official appraisal may help you out more there and just verify that value. Let's see. Yeah, Damon, she has State Farm too, and that's who I used to work for. Pretty good company. So it just wasn't my preferred way to make a living. Let's see here. Space Frog. Any idea what started the fire? I think just from what I've seen, it looks like maybe a squirrel got in there and chewed up a wire. I think that's it. Not really 100% sure. Let's see. Damon said that fire extinguishers do expire. He used to do commercial kitchen fire suppression, so keep an eye on that if you have them in your home. Also, first aid stuff, some of that can expire as well, so never a bad idea to go through that. Let's see here. Kissalude? Can't pronounce some of these. He said extinguishers are cheap and you should have one for each room. I tend to agree with that. If at a minimum, each occupied room. So if you've got a storage room, maybe not. It's up to you. But like you said, they're cheap and it's going to stick it and forget it. It's one of those things, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Also, make sure you're not overloading electrical sockets or outlets and things like that. You know, don't hire janky electricians or do janky electrical work at your house. Not a good plan A. Let's see. A. Howard 2 Cable was a trained naval firefighter. Electrical fires can be a bitch. Yeah, they can, and don't really want to spray water on them. So fortunately, a lot of times the breakers will kick in and cut power off, but sometimes they won't. So just be careful, water and electricity. So just a really kind of prevention-minded mindset, and you can always, there's a such thing as spending too much on insurance, but I know a lot of people that after the fact wish they would have had coverage there. So be careful with that. Got a video, a little lighter note. I've got a video that I'm going to be putting up soon on the little Jennings 25 for anybody that caught the original. A little TLC goes a long way. I'll just give you a hint on that. Also, YouTube has decided to not like a lot of the videos I'm putting up here lately. So I'm getting demonetization alerts on those. So I'm not going to sit here and beg you guys for money or anything like that. But just a heads up, I'm dealing with that. I'm trying to wait and get that sorted out before I publish videos. But if they keep dragging their feet, I'm just going to put them up anyways. Let's see. How's everybody else doing? Hope everybody's doing good with quarantine. It's starting to be taxing here. Been out of work since the start of April. Should be going back at the beginning of May unless they move the date again. So it's going to be about it. I don't really have a whole lot more to tell you guys. I hope everybody is having fun, staying safe, using this time to maybe get back into hobbies. As I see my guitar in the background that I don't play nearly as much as I should. And I don't play it well, so y'all don't ask me for that. Old Horse 1000 said, I'm a conservative gun owner. I'm actually libertarian, but like socially liberal, fiscally conservative. Sure, I'm about to lose some subs for that, but yeah, there's that. So guys, take care, stay safe. I'll try to do more of these live things. I'm going to try to keep them fairly structured. I just really wanted to put that out, and obviously couldn't go out and film and edit everything on there. So check your stuff, especially if you have a garage and you've got rodents living up there. They can wreak havoc on electrical and start fires and things like that. I will tell you that going in there today, like even though the fire was out, I got there way after they put it out. Just the amount of damage. What wasn't touched by the fire was absolutely touched by water. A good gun safe protects guns, even if the safe itself is damaged. The contents are going to be okay in a lot of cases. They were certainly in this one. And Damon wants me to play the guitar. There, that's really all I know how to do. No, I'm just kidding. I've got a song, a little funny one. I think it's called Boogaloo Babe. It's up on here. I may do more, but I don't want to turn it into like a music channel. Ander Edgel says, I think that's right. Best prevention sounds like squirrel hunting. Yes, and squirrel is really good too, especially with gravy. So Guys, I'm going to hop off here. I've got some videos coming for you, some kind of funny. Hopefully, some are going to be somewhat informative and constructive. So, yo, Kissaloo, thank you. I don't know how you do that, but I really appreciate that. That was really cool. Um, Stay safe, guys. Take care, and I will see you next time. Hopefully, get some shooting in. I know some places the ranges are starting to open up, so that's always a good thing. I hope you guys have a good one. All right.